Maybe I'll move to the middle of the crowd and see whether they have anything to say. Thank you.
What's your name?
Gil Kaufman. Nice to meet you.
So is that going to be on?
I'm just going to send it to Glenn Beck so that he can have and use it for whatever he wants, just so he can see what people really like,
Awesome.
and add it to his collection.
I'm sure he could use, well, he knows he has support, but I'm sure there's never enough. The more support, the better.
Right.
Because he's getting,
Show what we've all gone through.
In the back had to go through.
They've already spoken about it, and they're the ones living it every minute.
put it on Smell Vision and go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I haven't talked to all of you. Do any of you have anything to say or add to?
Probably nothing important.
What?
Probably nothing important.
Oh, it's all important, really.
I just want to say that I want to thank Glenn Beck because I think he's done a marvelous job of bringing people together and showing people that what really needs to be done to bring God back into the country and the history that you learn on the Glenn Beck show is wonderful. I mean, I enjoy every minute of it, and I just totally enjoyed this trip, and I think it was for a wonderful, wonderful cause.
How about a guy like you taking the photographs? A guy from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Wow, that's a big sentence, isn't it?
Who's from the Upper West Side?
You are?
I'm from the Upper East Side.
That's even fancier. I say, don't blame me. I voted for Barry Goldwater.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to say?
This was just important for all of us. I think that way too often you get caught up seeing what comes across the television set. And you know that a lot of the garbage we're getting from the mainstream media is just that. But at the same time, you wonder just what you hear from any side. And I think that's why it's so important to go and do something like this. It was not the most comfortable weekend, being crammed into the bus and going a couple of days without showering, and but it just it really reinforced what we all really believe, but at the same time don't get to see every day, and being able to stand in that crowd and stand next to people that believe the same way you do, and to really be able to look and see the truth and see it manifest there. And to come away knowing, it doesn't matter what anybody says, I was there and I saw it. And there's no way that anybody can take that away from me. And all these people on this bus, to be able to look around and see people that you didn't know before you got on the bus, but to know that you all believe pretty much the same way and come away friends, with people that you didn't know from anybody, 2 days ago. It was just a great experience.
I totally agree.
Somebody tell them how out of touch the rest of the media is, and the fact that the Obama administration won't allow the real numbers to be announced. Food for thought, eh?
We're not sure Obama doesn't allow it. The media just doesn't want to.
Well, I think when the administration talks about transparency, it wasn't the kind of transparency that I think everybody thought it was going to be. It's more just invisible. That meaning.
It's their version of it.
That's right. Well, thank you.
My question is.
Sure.
My question is, was anybody close to the Lincoln Stadium? I mean,
Yes, there's a fellow back there who got really close, and he could, he was right up in the front.
Oh, that was, my God. I wonder what time he went up there, so he's ordered to pass.
Yeah, he was very lucky. He pushed.
What does he look like?
He's wearing let's see, where is he? He's wearing a white hat, and actually, I don't know where he's originally. I think he's from Mexico.
Right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Domingo, right? Oh, gee, he must have been there early, because he said that was his last trip. He's never going to go again.
Do you have anything to say?
Just that the people are tired of a government that is governing against the will of the people, and events like this will show them that we've had enough of it, and they have to go. It's a nutshell.
But do you think that was the message of the day, or
Rally?
Yeah.
I think that ties into the bottom line of the message. The restoring honor is, if we have honorable politicians, they're not going to govern in their best interest. They're going to govern towards the will of the people, and that's not what we have now.
Well, I agree with you. But I look at it as I was surprised that there was less of that at the event yesterday, and more of a spiritual, how we can come together, than because there was a part where he turned and he said, and somebody did a blessing and said, God bless this president and the Congress. And I was, when I heard that at first, I was like, do I applaud that or not applaud that? I was a little uncomfortable about it, but because I don't believe that I do not support them. But the message still is, whether I support them politically, I'll put that aside today and bless them as people, and that's it. In other words, the idea is to put the politics aside for a second and to find the way, what brings us together as Americans. What is it that binds us? Because too often, we're constantly dealing with what separates us.
And they seem to be driving what separates us.
Yes.
That's one of their game plans. They're sending. They want to divide race. They want to divide classes. So they're looking to divide us to keep us from coming together.
Absolutely. That's why I said I totally agree with what you say. But I was just surprised that yesterday was kind of saying, for one brief moment, I'm just going to focus on what brings us all together. That's why when he brought all the what they call them, the black robes together, all the people from all the different religions, and had them standing and hooking arms, they were able to find the one common point that they agreed with, which was we need more God in our lives, period. And that they could agree on and stand together for. And that's a beautiful thing. For one moment, it doesn't mean that we walk away as lambs and just accept what is going on.
It was a little hard to hear everything that was going on, obviously, because it wasn't up front. But I think it was Sarah Palin that I heard that made a comment as to referring to the transformation of the country. That's not what we want. We don't want the country transformed. Not the way that the government is, the president's plans to transform it. We want to restore it. I think would be what, at least my opinion, is what we need to do.
Absolutely. And I think 99% of Glenn Beck's programs are based on exactly what you're saying. Getting back to the founders, stopping this march of progressivism, and that is the bottom line. Is we're not going to accept this. We're not a socialist nation. But as I say, the event yesterday was kind of a moment in time, a snapshot that I was surprised. I thought it was going to be more political. I thought it was going to sneak in, but very little of it did. And I thought it was, as I said, there was something spiritual about it that really got to me.
I think the people need to start holding the media more accountable for stating facts, not, I don't have to go into the Fox versus the mainstream media. We all know what's happening there. But if they're not held accountable, we're going to continue to get the same, garbage. And that's a lot of the problem. Is a lot of the country is being misled as to what's going on. It's not real reporting.
I totally agree.
You know, I felt like it wasn't just one brief moment of it. He said today was just take it all together. That what we need to go back and building not just for this brief moment.
No, I agree. I didn't mean for you to think that I meant it was just that.
That's the basis for where we start all going. That's what we come up with. This is the benefit. That's what we need to not transform but rebuild.
Yeah, when I was saying the brief moment, I meant brief moment that we put the politics and the policies aside and focus only on faith. Okay, that's what I meant about that it was a snapshot in time to say, for now, just for today, let's not talk about what separates us. Let's talk about God. Okay, and that's what I meant. But it's not that God should only be in the forefront for that one day. It's something that we should carry on with us.
So he wasn't in all respects eliminating the government part, but on the political side, he was saying here from the start. That's kind of what I mean.
Good. You want to say anything?
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have anything? Do you ladies have anything you want to
I
say?
just think that his whole message is that the greatness of the country is only as good as the greatness of each citizen. And I think if you go back in time historically, even the Greeks said, a citizen that's uninvolved is worthless. So that's an axiom that's been known all the way from ancient times into modern times. We've gotten to a point where we're very complacent. And that's been our problem. We elect somebody and we think, okay, it's done, and we go about our business. And obviously, that's not happening. So I know there's a whole group of 912 groups in Palm Beach that are going to go and scrutinize the Palm Beach County budget and, see where the money's going, which I think is a pretty awesome task. I wish them a lot of luck and they want me to come. So my husband's all interested, so I think I'll probably end up going. And it's been an unexpected pleasure to be on a bus with like-minded people because it's hard to find. You're usually in the minority for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because where you live. I mean,
I came from Oklahoma. I was in pretty good company. I came from upstate to Oklahoma. Oklahoma is pretty conservative overall. There are pockets of liberals. But we have Tom Coburn is our senator and Jim Inhofe, and they're both highly conservative. So we were fortunate in Oklahoma.
I live in Coral Gables, and there's a lot of conservatives in Coral Gables.
On your is it Gracie, the one that we have down here?
Oh, Grayson? No, he's in Orlando.
Is he in Orlando? I didn't know where he was from.
He's a very interesting fellow. Grayson. He's the one that talked about the reason why Republicans were, or what is it? The Republican solution to health care was die quickly.
Yeah. Oh, God.
The guy up in Orlando, he is,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
But that guy, you've seen him, you saw him.
Yeah, Grayson.
Grayson.
Yeah. But that was